guess I can just watch the stream. And see if the audio works. It is just... Why is the name of my stream just Creative Stream? Hey, it looks like it worked. Okay, so the audio is synced up. That's good. I think it worked. Okay. Okay. So space illustrations, streaming, creative, done. Okay, we're good to go. Let's see this thing. Let's tweet this thing. Closing that. I can still hear myself. Okay. Sorry, getting used to new things. All right. So what are we working on today? Today, I'm going to be working on this Lunar Sling's next product here. We got some rogue. Okay. You're working on some alphabet flashcards, space-themed alphabet flashcards. I've kind of made this one as a test to kind of start getting a feel for how the whole set of these will end up. But let's take a look at how we got here. So first of all, and I streamed this part, I think. I went out and looked at a bunch of pre-existing alphabet flashcards and kind of used them to get a feel for the scale that I wanted these to exist at, the information that I wanted to have on them. Kind of went into it knowing that it would be space themed, and that it would have additional information on the back, so that they are useful from when a kid is just learning their alphabet to when they want to know more about that stuff. And the information on the back makes it easier for parents to talk about these things with their kids. So I did these things as, well, these should be included over there, but they're not. These things to kind of start figuring out how I wanted to arrange this information, how big I wanted the letters to be. The reason that I use constellation in all of these examples is because constellation is going to be the longest word on here. So design everything to the longest word, and that way every word will fit. And I put galaxy in there, which is kind of a more normal sized word. Can words have a normal size? Just a word of average size. So make sure that those fit there as well. And then from there, once I decided on a kind of container for the front that I liked, I ultimately decided on this with the letter large in the upper left, and with a little horizon, planet horizon thing along the bottom. And so that's where the illustration lives. And then I started figuring out how the back was going to look, how I was going to fit the little bits of information about whatever was on the front. And also in the back is going to be a little phonetic pronunciation guide. So as kids are learning how to pronounce things, this will hopefully help them. But yeah, so you can see here, I started figuring out what these containers look like, what the space between them was going to look like. I ultimately ended up, I had these, let's see, what did I ultimately end up with? What's the heat shield look like? Yeah. So ultimately ended up making these little bits cut into each other, which kind of serves to connect them all as a whole, but also lets me put them closer together so there's not as much space in between them. Like here you see there's an awkward amount of space. And I think that there will be a set of icons. These are just the 3 that I made for now. But a set of icons so that you can see whether the little bit of information is referencing something that you can see with your own eyes, whether it's a cool fact that has an exclamation mark, if it's a cool fact, whether it's just a bit of information. So I did that. Hello, Erica or Eric A. Cotton or Eric Cotton, whichever. Oh, you're not supposed to see that. And then after that, you can see I worked all in grayscale with this stuff because I didn't want to be thinking about color and stuff like that while I was working with this. Figured all of that could be applied later and that this was just for basic layout stuff. And let's see. Okay, Erica then. Hello, Eric. And from there I started messing around with colors, trying to figure out a palette for these guys. You can see this horrible, bright, garish thing that I tried first. And then I think I kind of liked this look. Todd, nope. This is this heat shield card is the first one that I've made, and it's not even done yet. This product isn't going to come out probably. I think Megs, you can correct me if I'm wrong. First product, when is it coming out? When's this? No, you can't hear me. Hey, Megs. When are these things going to come out? When are we shooting for? Fall? Okay. With a Kickstarter in the summer? Okay. So we're shooting to have a Kickstarter for these up. We're going to have to do a Kickstarter, I think, because these are going to be, I think the early estimates were around 18,000 to produce. Sorry, Megs. I didn't know if you were in chat or not. Erica, I'm not going to Creative South. I have no plans. 1 year I'll make it. Those things are hard to go to when you're self-employed because you have no employer to pay for it and things get pricey. But back to these. So I was figuring out colors and I thought, it would be nice if you could, let's see, these are a little more finalized palette-wise. And so after I got that, I was like, well, let's see, how many colors do I have to come up with? I can't come up with 26 colors because that's insane. So I figured a good kind of median? No, none of this is right. A good middle ground would be to make 13 colors, a palette of 13 colors, that would then repeat itself once. So you get halfway to the alphabet and then repeats for the back half. And so I started figuring out those colors. The big thing with the colors was that they had to be both light enough to be legible on white, because you see it like exists in the upper left of every card and in the first letter of these cards. This one's wrong, but in the first letter of these cards. And then it also had to be light enough so that it pops off of this like base like blue color that I'm using for everything. I didn't want to just make space black because one, that's just soul sucking, and you know, a little color makes everything better. So and so with that in mind, I kind of came up with this range of 13 colors, and am using those to kind of start these illustrations. I made up some new ones, you know, as I need like darker, you know, different shades and values. I will change this existing palette that I have so that it kind of accommodates everything. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. And I did this first one for Heat Shield. You like, Jessica, you like this pronunciation? This filler pronunciation? Heat Shield. Hi, Leah. Oh, boy. So for those of you that just made it here today, some changes with the stream. I'm using yet another streaming software called Infinicine. And it is all in a browser, which is kind of neat. And so in this, wow, look, it's like 3D. Look at my hands. So in this, it's kind of cool because it has chat down here. So I don't have to like do a pop out of chat. And I have all my scenes down here. So if I just want it to, oh no, that didn't work. I choose you. Why is it like so contrasty? It's so I can do this, and it can, let's see, I send it to the live thing. Oh, the sound desynced. God damn it. I shouldn't have messed with anything. It was a huge mistake. And so then when I want to go back, such scene sends alive. Did that work? Okay, I can see. I think up there. No, my throat's still kind of messed up. Let's see. I can just put the what I'm using in the chat so you all can. Okay. Wait, is the yeah, I exist in the future to you all, for you all. What? But yeah, my throat's still messed up. I have to go see a doctor next week about it. We'll see what the deal is. What's the deal with my throat? Okay, so I figure we're gonna do Venus. Not say it with me, children. Venus. And to start working on Venus, I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of this. Another big thing that I'm trying to figure out in all of this is how to make space look interesting, because you can't just put a lot of stars. You can't just put a lot of stars in the background, because it's just boring. It's repetitive, redundant, not good. And so I put these all these little shapes back here, which I'm pretty into. Just, kind of they're like distant clusters of stars in the Milky Way or beyond. I should probably not speak too loudly, because I don't want it to hurt my throat any more than it already is. And then I put this gradient in the background, which kind of serves as Earth's atmosphere in this illustration, but also just kind of livens up that background. You can see there's a solid color with just stars. It's super boring. But with all that other stuff, space looks like a fun place to be. So I'm going to get rid of all this stuff, because we're going to be illustrating Venus for this one. We had messed with on another, let's see. I had messed with in this illustration all the planets having faces, and I think that's going to continue to be the case. And since Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system, which will be a fun fact on the back of this card, I think we try and make him have a little face. Let's see if I can put up a little sketch here. Like a little face like that. Maybe have a little flame above him indicating that he is hot. Don't bother looking up things like hot faces or hot expression on Google image search, because all you get are women making weird faces. Thanks, Zach. Is the audio still... Is it horribly out of sync, or is it just a little out of sync? If you're not watching and only listening mostly, how bad is it? I have a lot of questions. Let's see. I'm not going to get rid of all of these stars because they'll still be back there, but I'm going to move them away from the center. Stupid sexy beings. Kurtzigat? What is that? That's not a thing. Todd, we have a whole Google Doc full of things for each letter. At this point, it's really just about kind of looking at them and figuring out which ones we can find enough facts about, which ones will fit well in here. Yeah, I'm with you, Jessica. These are for kids learning, so there's not going to be a whole lot of that in here. A whole lot of mythology stuff. Let's see, does Venus have any moons? Does Venus have any moons? Because we could give Venus some friends in this. Venus and Mercury are the only two planets that don't have a single natural moon orbiting them. Useless. That's fine. Do we have any satellites orbiting? Do we have... I'll stream these hot questions. Do we have school today? Do we have free will? Do we have school tomorrow? Do we have school? What a hilarious set of autofilled things. One is very existential, and the others are about school. Do we have satellites orbiting Venus? Earth? No. Well, it's possible that Venus did have natural satellites in the past. Satellites of Venus. Artist's conception of Venus Express. Wait, Venus does have artificial satellites. At this time, ESA's Venus Express was in orbit around Venus, capturing images and gathering data about our twin planet. Oh, look, it's like a little cube. Alright, so let's get some more information on Venus Express. You have an additional "do we get mail today?" I wonder if it's because I live near a school, maybe? I don't know like how like hyper localized those results are. Oh, look at this. This is like a fun little... Okay, so we'll start with Venus. I tried to figure out what color Venus is, but it's kind of a yellowish white. Close up, we would see a reddish brown. Ooh, what color is Venus beginner? That's going to be the... If we looked at Venus with our eyes above the atmosphere, we would see a really bright white yellowish ball with essentially no features. They're really not making this illustration easy. They're really making me work for it here. Some pictures of the atmosphere show dark sideways V-shaped bands. These pictures were taking for shame. These pictures were taking an ultraviolet light to show some cloud patterns so we wouldn't see it like that in reality. Okay. Good to know. Well, how is everyone today? While I'm reading about what a boring looking place this planet is that I have to illustrate. Let's see. I'll start with one of the existing colors and try to choose a color that will go along with it. I always felt like when I was a kid, Venus was always shown as being yellow. Yeah, Venus needs to get more interesting looking. So we're gonna make a little face, a little Venus face. guess we can go ahead and make the gradients here. Someone, I think, Todd, you asked about the grain stuff that I was doing. You're about to see how I do that. So with my black and white gradients, I'm going to make it radial. See, I'm going to want the top right of it lit up. And so then what I'll do is I'll select that gradient, go up to Effect, Texture, and Grain. We're going to grain it up. You can see we've got some grain there, and we can mess with the intensity and whatnot of some grain. I wish I could edit the little stream chat in this. Infinicine is very small. Oh no, Venus Express! You're dead! That's so sad. Alright, let's see. Poor Venus Express. Let's see. So what's that look like? Only pictures of Venus Express come up. I'm gonna search that name. Alright, so with that grainy texture now, we'll put it on top of the solid circle and then go to transparency and make mask. And we will invert the mask. Let's see, I wonder if this should be the color of, yes, I think it should be the color of space. Let's see. All right, now with both of these, nope, not with that. I mean, I can just make it whatever color. Yeah, I can't just make it because it's supposed to be kind of educational. But I can kind of make it, I can kind of fudge the color a little bit, right? Let's see. He does this the eyes, and there's its mouth. It looks like a bowling ball. Let's see, how do we make it? Hey, Double Dip. Yeah, kind of educational. Sure. I mean, this eye is going to be all wrong the first time I make it, I think, but you have to start somewhere. Rotate 22.5, or don't rotate at all. Third's feeling a little better. I can actually, as I talk more, like even like after just talking for like 30 minutes here, I can start to feel my throat. It starts to go hoarse a little bit. It's a bad eye. It's a bad eye. Also, to give you a sense of how these things progress, this is how the heat shield ended up, but it looked like garbage for a long time. Everything I make looks like garbage for a long time before it doesn't. Let's see, and Venus has an atmosphere, I think. I think it's just all poisonous and nasty. Venus atmosphere. Okay. So it does, and it's horrible. It's a horrible atmosphere. Have I been eating honey for my throat? I haven't. I should probably make some tea though. I have tea. I have throat tea. That sounds gross. I have tea made to help my throat. Maybe instead of making a I'm hot face, he is, or she, it, the planet is looking at its little satellite orbiting it. Can we make this card just a memorial for the Venus Express? Throat coat, yeah. I'm gonna go heat up some water. And, oh my. I'm gonna heat up some water. Wait. Hold on, I need to add the BRB thing. Let's see. Where is it? Where's my BRB screen? I'm going to spend more time finding the BRB screen than I am actually using. Here we go. And we'll name this scene BRB. Okay, so I'm gonna send the scene live, and then I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So, I was just saying to Megs before I hop back on here that the thing is, if my throat is, the problem with my throat is what I think it is, which is like vocal cord issues, then throat coat isn't going to do anything. But maybe it's not that. Maybe this will help. Let's let this steep. Boy, there is quite a delay on this stream right now. The Venus Express. This one's for you, buddy. Cord coat. Oh, God. I really hope it's not anything too serious. I got a real high deductible. I don't want to deal with that shit. Yeah, it does have a ton of volcanoes. If I have a face on it and I put a bunch of volcanoes, will it just look like acne? I feel like it might. Not that a 2-year-old learning their alphabet is going to know what acne is, but... Or care. They don't have to worry about that for years. So, Patreons that are in here, patronizers. I know I said on Patreon that I would like to keep prints secret until I ship them out. But I also think that showing people what prints are before they go up is one of the few ways that I can convince new people to become patrons, which puts me in a bit of a pickle, right? Because if I show them, then they can't be secret, obviously. I made next month's print, and I made it for all the stream people because I figured if there were ever a time to make a stream referential print, it would be early on when it's just you folks that have been with me for a while rather than waiting till later. I can show you the print if you want. I feel like I'm going to have to show it eventually. Banana. Bananas help throats, right? Yeah, I think the thing is, though, is like if someone... like seeing what's going to come out could incentivize them to join up versus seeing what has gone out. If it's a print that they really wanted, then they kind of missed out on it forever. Whereas if I show people and then they still don't do it, well, then that's just their fault. right? At that point. No, I don't mind people jumping tiers and stuff for certain prints. If people just want a particular print, that's fine, I think. Steep T, steep. We use the same arc from this, I think. I forgot the whole point of me bringing this up was going to ask if you all wanted to see next month's print. I just got carried away talking. I completely forgot why I was talking. So hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you the print as soon as I'm done with this eye. Why won't this sample? What's this look like? Nah. That's not bad thinking. It's an interesting idea. Get more viewers. And yeah, that's not a bad plan. Good thinking, Double Dip. Throat coat my throat. All right, next month's print. It's really dumb, and anyone who hasn't been tuning into the stream for a while might be confused. But I figured that it was about time that I illustrate our favorite Lumpy. I had a lot of fun with him, and I think that his expression is perfect, and that it looks like maybe he started a holo call, but is not aware that he made a holo call. And he just makes me happy. So that's going to be next month's print. Everyone else's print from this month will be going out at the end of the week, I believe. So I hope you all enjoy that. And see, for everyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, there's Patreon. So if you want this lovely hollow lumpy print next month, make sure you sign up before the end of the month for that print subscription tier. Oh, lumpy, just a little lump of happiness. So what does the gradient look like in the background here when there's no planet? Oh, I think it looks fine. I'll change its color a little bit. There you go. Straight from Meg's, the print lady, the print shipper, the shipper of prints, the shipper. Lumpy demands answers. Also, next week I might start streaming next big client project. And I will get to stream the whole process of it, which will be fun. This planet is not centered. Maybe the planet shouldn't be centered. The shipper. I think I like that blue. We'll keep that blue for now. Throat coat. Deliver me from evil, throat coat. Thanks, Zippy. It's this is it in context. On the heat shield card, H is for heat shield. And yes, client is going to let me stream the whole process for that next project, which will be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's start separating these gradients here. I have not messed with the Twitch desktop app at all. I don't know how that works. I ain't never heard of it. So how will the blue of these mesh with that? And can these be different colors from card to card? Only one way to find out. Is to do it. Ooh, I like them being different colors. If I revisit this. Interesting. There might be a way to spice up colors from illustration to illustration. Or palettes, I guess. Interesting. I need to shave. I need to shape my face. You love the accent, Megs. Oh, that's interesting. I can make some of these things in the background. I wonder if I can make them inherit some of the colors that I use for the character, for the letters in this one. It might be too much. Yeah. The thing that I like about this illustration is that pretty much all the warm colors are in the main focus of it, and that the color, the accent color for the card relates to that color. So, with that in mind, maybe Venus should be a different color here. Maybe it should be yellow. I also think I'm just going to say to hell with accuracy and make it a fun color. What was that? Oh. What are you doing? That's how I've survived this long, Megs. My being suspicious of everything. I'm gonna go ahead and make an action for this green effect. Let's see if we can do it here. Grain gradient. Will it apply? I don't think it'll apply a... Is it recording anything? I don't know. Stop. Did that do anything? No. That action did absolutely nothing. Why did that do nothing? What did I do? I did something wrong. I messed up. Or will it just not? It won't do fills, I guess. It won't record fills. And it won't record a grain. Why won't it record those things? What have I done to deserve this? Where's Jeannie when you need her? Jeannie is the queen of actions. Okay, well, I guess I'll just trash both of those things. We just do this the old-fashioned way. I feel the need to say throat coat every time I take a drink. Hey, JP. How's it going, dude? I'll wait for the delay. I'll wait 15 seconds to hear how it's going. I'm doing all right. I got my throat thing. I forcing myself to work when all I want to do is play Zelda. Rough life, I know, but here it is. I think the thing that I got to be careful of with these little galaxy background doodads is that I don't overdo it. Some of these will require more filler than others, so you've been away for a week. Where you been? Also, I saw that you're moving. You're leaving Minneapolis. Son of a bitch. And we haven't even met up yet. We have to make that happen before you leave, man. And then I'll try not to hold it against you too much that you're leaving. I'll try not to be too bitter about it. The appropriate amount of bitterness. I would say I'm inhaling it in chunks, or I'm taking large nibbles. How's that? I'm taking large nibbles of Zelda. Megs could probably tell you whether I'm inhaling it or nibbling it more than I could. She has a more objective perspective on my gaming habits. What typeface is that? I think this is Museo Sans Rounded. Yes, Museo Sans Rounded. It has a few different weights. This is the 900 weight. Yeah, it's I also use this typeface on an app that I designed, Horizon, but a thinner weight. I like that typeface a lot because it's more or less like single weight, mono weight throughout. But it just like has like a lot of nice little curves and feels like approachable and friendly. And yeah, it's one of those typefaces that just kind of works in a lot of different scenarios. And I think it fits a kid thing pretty well. Just right curvy wise. I saw that a new hero came out in Overwatch, JP. And I was like, I bet JP knows all about this, but I know nothing about it because I've not been following Overwatch as closely as I once did. I think that what happened was Sombra came out in that game, and I played like a couple games, and there was a Sombra on the other team, and it went terribly, and I was just kind of like, okay, well, I guess this is done, which isn't really fair, but that's what happened. I wonder, can this stuff have like holes in it? A robot centaur tank. Okay. Hello, Nico. Welcome to the party. Ooh. That sounds like a cool character. That sounds fun. Hey, Nico. Yeah, you'll be able to buy it. I don't know how much use you'll have for children's flashcards, but it will be available. I think we'll be doing a Kickstarter for it when it's all said and done. Yeah. Oh, awesome. There you go. I guess, yeah. I think my niece will be too old for this by the time it's done, but maybe she'll still want to learn some stuff about space. Nice, Zippy. We got another Overwatcher in here. Lunatic hair salon. It's a pretty good. This is pretty good. Megan and I talked about the age stuff, and I think that what will be on the box will be 2 plus. Just because it'll be about when kids are learning their alphabet, and then having the additional facts and the definition and the pronunciation on the back makes them relevant for longer in the kid's childhood than it would otherwise be if it were just, if it were just like this. Like, that's only going to be relevant for a little while. We're kind of extending the life of the product by including that stuff on the back. I want to test this. Hold on, I'm going to test the follow notification again. Wow. It doesn't show up for me, but you all said that it showed up for you. I can't figure stuff out, man. Computers. Yeah, it works for you all. Weird. Macintosh Lisa. Let's see. How can we make Venus a little more interesting? Venus. What? Okay. Just sponsored bathing suits. Sure. See, I like these like wispy, swirly things. I don't know that I can really capture that in this illustration. It's a Nelly Band-Aid. Hey, Isabella. Yeah. Welcome back. Not too much has changed since the last time you were around these parts. Well, I made it less intense, but it seemed to make it more intense. That's really weird. Okay, well, I accept that. How am I gonna make like the swirls and... Well, when in doubt, look at what other people have done. Let's see. Venus illustration. Looks more like Jupiter to me. Done. I don't even know why I'm making anything. I could just use this. They made Venus red. Oh, so yeah, so I would have had to inverse the mask for that change to take effect. To make effect. I hate making round shapes, like trying to convey that plane, like that bulging toward you. I hate it. I've never found a good way to like do it reliably. So you have to worry about all these things like aligning and... Is that round enough? I'm just kind of faking this right now to figure out if this is even worth pursuing. And then come back around and do it better. if it is worth pursuing. You get a utility belt. The superhero of planets. Or the construction worker of planets. Okay, can I just make all of this one shape? Try this. It doesn't work. I'm going to have to think about that for a while. How that might be resolved. I'm actually going to take... maybe take the eyes that I made for good old Lumpy here. I'll repurpose them. You just put Lumpy's face on Venus. It's ridiculous little fangs. Let's see. I don't think I can keep the pupils. It makes me uncomfortable. This This looks like, what was that? It was like a talking orange or something. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm with you, JP. Let's just forget Venus was ever a thing. And we can just move on. Oh, God, that looks disturbing. I am your demon god, Venus. Let's see. Look into my undead eyes. Hello, we are working on a set of flashcards. Of alphabet flashcards. I don't know about just like the dark pupils. I feel like it needs whites, eye whites, to be less creepy. Does Venus have a tongue? These are the real questions in life. We can give Venus a pink mustache. And a soul patch. Oh no, I can't. Man, I want to take that lumpy face. Oh yeah, two little teeth at the top because it's the second planet. I like that thinking. Oh, it's delightfully stupid. I especially like the part where there was a mouth there and it is no longer. Let's see. Let's see. Well, thanks, JP. That's kind of the first one of the batch, and well, I mean, there's 25 more to do after this, and I'm sure by the time I get to that point, this will look terrible again, and I'll have to revisit it and make it anew. Max, why did you say dear God? Did I do something bad? We're gonna try. Oh no, I don't think this will be good. Let's see. It won't let me select the round things. Okay, we'll just do it this way. I'll just make 2 teeth and just round the bottoms. Oh, he might look like a hillbilly. That's terrifying. Let's see. I don't know. I like the two. I think I like the long row of teeth, even though Zach is being a smartass about it. Let's see. It's a very good point, Majester. Majester. Hello to you as well. Oh, let's see here. I'm going to put the face on a different layer so I can stop accidentally selecting the planet. We'll give him horrifying spider eyes. It's perfect. We did it. All right. No kid can ever see the stream in which the kid stuff was made. It's too much fun to just make bad things. Alright, creepy largemouth. I don't really need his bottom teeth, actually. Oh man. When you make the eyes any other color besides a dark one, things get real creepy. Looks like Evil Shepherd from Mass Effect 2. Oh, we didn't make Lumpy. Lumpy, Hologram Lumpy is next month's print for the Patreon print subscription. Surprise! Too many stupid things. I gotta be honest, I don't know if... I mean, it could always be just that I've been looking at it too much, but I don't know that I like Miss Venus. Something is missing. I don't know what it is. Hashtag blessed. The lumpy is the selling point. Oh, whoops, I'm copying the mask. I was wondering what was happening there. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about little flames, but they were going to be above it. Like, I don't know whether the planet needs like more details or whether it needs just some like additional texture. Maybe, let's see, it does have an atmosphere. So putting clouds in it, like I did with Earth here, would not be... Yep, if you subscribe to the Lumpy thing, you will get it'll be next month's print. So I'll run the numbers on when will I run the numbers? On March 1st and see how many you need to print, and then we'll ship them out. Thanks, dude. Clouds are coming with me. You know, I already think it's better with the second gradient under there. Well, this is kind of fun.
Unbelievable.
They can only exist on this planet, though. Since clouds can only exist on planets with atmospheres, but I like it with clouds on there. Thanks, Jeff. All right, JP. See you later. You and I have to figure out when we can meet up. Go grab a beer or something. If grabbing beer is your thing. If not, we can find something else to do. Although I don't think the clouds can be white. I don't think Venus has white clouds. Well, they still... God, they look like poop clouds. Oh, I'm not much of like a beer connoisseur. I usually stick to lighter amber beers. Stouts and stuff are a little too heavy for me. I always feel like I ate a loaf of bread when I'm done. It's too much. Let's see. How do these look as off-white? Maybe I should just make them white. I mean, I already made the planet some ridiculous color that it isn't really. There's plenty of reasons to mock Americans, so I understand. You gonna have a space scientist fact check your illustrations? No, probably not. I think there's a certain amount of what's the phrase? Artistic liberties that he can take, especially if these are for kids. They're just for dumb kids. Kids are dumb. I mean, they don't know anything. They're dumb. They're not gonna know. That would be a really difficult thing to hide in these cards, Nico. Let's see. Hold on. I have a short YouTube video explaining how I get that texture in Illustrator that I can just link in chat. And that will answer your question. Harkins art. Harkins art. Harkins art. Harkins art. There you go. That's how you make those textures. Pretty sure Venus doesn't have a face. These cards are for ABC flashcards for children. Venus doesn't have a face. Have you looked recently? My God, Venus has a face. Yeah, this has a lot of grains. Illustrator has to think about saving it. My God, it has a face. My God, it's full of faces. He's so happy. I like his clouds. Yeah, we have facts on the back. So, I mean, Venus has a face. Venus has a face. Venus has a face. There you go. Done. Let's see. Who's chatting me? Oh yeah, I have a banana that I was eating. Oh, I have a banana. That'll trick these stupid kids. They'll grow up thinking Venus has a face. That's right. This is a pretty good Venus Williams joke. Or Venus Williams request. Was this a joke or a request? Banana. No, this would be stupid, I think. He can't have a cloud hat. Megs made rice last night for dinner that we didn't eat, and we were going to save it for tonight's dinner, but then we both forgot to put it up overnight. Whoops. So we have to make rice again. Which, I mean, we have a rice cooker, so it's not that involved a process. Thank you. Thank you, Isabella. Let's see, are most of these going to be centered? I think that most of these, the objects will be centered in the frame with other elements around it. Right now, Venus is not centered. It's a little lower. It's a little lower. Or no, maybe it's not a little lower. Maybe it is centered. And maybe this is not. So it's kind of centered. Is it better without that background gradient? Okay, so let's try moving all of this stuff up a little bit. Again, the whole point of this is to make sure that this is a little more centered. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered, but this way because eventually all of these cards are going to be like flipped through pretty quickly, and so if like they're just like slightly off-centered over and over again, it'll look weird. But like, see, now they're more or less in the center. It works a little better. God, the face. If dark matter has a face, that's gonna be terrifying. I don't think dark matter can have a face. What is D right now? Oh, it's Demois, Deimos? One of the moons of Mars. I wish I could pronounce it. I'm gonna need the pronunciation key here. Those of you that have watched this stream for a while should know by now that I can't pronounce anything well or correctly on the first go around. Demos? Demos? T's for Demigorgon? Sure. Parents will love that. I'm not eating land meat free anymore. I eat land meat. I eat land meat now. My diet has changed. You're gonna be so disappointed. U is for universe. I'm sorry. Don't be mad. The kids will have to learn about Uranus from school. They'll definitely learn about it from school. Oh boy. I'm sorry I changed my diet without telling you all. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I originally changed it because meat was like messing up my stomach, but I think that in true stupid person fashion, it was just maybe that I was eating too much of it. So I have not had problems upon going back. All right. See you, Isabella. Thanks for stopping by. Don't make it so long next time. Let's see. Why can I not affect this gradient? Yeah. So let's see if we can make this gradient highlight a... Wait, this is dumb. I should just do this correctly here. Yeah, everything's lined up there. It just doesn't... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. What have I done? Stop. I'm ruining everything. Let's listen to Carly. All right, see you, Nico. I gotta say, this new thing that I'm using to stream is pretty slick. This infinity scene, that it exists in a browser, that it includes my chat over here, that I have all my scenes, that it plays the alert sounds without me That's nice. It also looks like the stream is like a solid minute behind, which is insane. Yeah, we've been running into some audio sync issues, and I'm not sure how to resolve it. Maybe it might be getting worse as time goes on. Is the audio like insanely out of sync, or like a matter of like a second or two? All right, clap my hands a single time. Let's see. You all are terrible. No. See, there's a way to add gradients to the eyes without it looking unsettling. Without it looking bad. How do you say bad? Whoops. Not everything needs gradients, but I feel like I have to at least try it to see if it because when when an element is surrounded by a lot of grain, then it can kind of stand out if it doesn't have it. Unless it's like the clouds don't, like the stars don't. Whoops. That star got pushed to a back layer. I don't think it does need gradients. I think it's okay without them. You know what? I think this will probably be a good place to call it. I don't think it's. Yeah, it might be done. I don't know if it's done. I don't think it's done. But I don't know what else I'll add to it. But this gives us 2 cards. And right now, neither of these are done, but as far as like trying to get a feel for what all of these will look like, I think this is a pretty good start. Yeah, this is a good start. So we're gonna call it there. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, so that'll be it. I want to take a nap, but I still have to work for 54 minutes, and then we're done. I never did finish that spoiled sour cream ghosts. I'm still thinking about it. There's still something good in that, but not in the way that I was doing it. So I'll revisit it. But yeah, so that's going to be it for today's stream. So thanks everyone for tuning in, for bearing with any technical issues with this new stuff. And I'll be back here streaming again on Friday. And again, if you are interested in joining my Patreon and the print subscription that you can get through there, this will be next month's print, so you'd have to sign up for it before when? Before the end of March, to get this in April. So that's it. I have no more announcements. That's it. That's all the announcements. We're done. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'm going to keep working on this, so we have a lot more space illustrations and space things to work on in the future. So we'll be revisiting it. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you back here on Friday. Bye.